Hello, and welcome back to the Four Horsemen. My name is Paul, representing Diecast Graveyard. Myself, along with Andrew from Maple Leaf Customs, Tom from Spork Syndicate, and Skip from Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop make up the Four Horsemen. Well, this year we've changed a bunch of things, and the main thing is that instead of going with a specific casting, we're going with a theme. You can choose whatever casting you wish. So we encourage you to go ahead and participate in these builds. They're a lot of fun. Send us a glamour shot at the end of the month, and we'll be able to post your picture to let everybody know what you can do with your cars. Anyway, so the theme this month is Mardi Gras, and I'm using this old Hot Wheels van to turn it into a Mardi Gras wagon. This is going to be a lot of fun. Grab your favorite adult beverage and join in today as we do the Four Horsemen Mardi Gras theme. Cheers!
It's time to start the autopsy.
I've already drilled out the post, and there's 2 posts on this old van. Now this one is pretty beat up, but we're going to do the best we can. Definitely going to do a wheel swap on here. The base is tarnished pretty good, so we'll have to get the wire brush out for that one. And there's a lot of flashing on there that we're going to try and take down because that just looks really nasty. Let's go ahead and get it pried apart. We don't have to be too careful with the wheels because we're going to get rid of those anyways. Alright, here's the base, and there's the interior right there, definitely full of cobwebs. If that was my buddy Paul from Fat Guy Productions, he wouldn't touch that. We'll have a laugh at your expense there, big guy. Anyway, so we got to clean that out. The windshield and stuff is in pretty rough shape, and I did have a rough time with it later on. But I got some things up my sleeve down the road to teach you how to make your windshields look great. Let's go ahead and grind out these areas here to get rid of these wheels. And we'll get that all cleaned up, the base. Here's the body. It's full of nicks and everything, but we're going to do the best we can to get that smoothed out and get a really nice paint job on there. Let's move on. Like I said, we're going to take this Dremel and these titanium bits, and we're going to grind out the area that holds on the wheels. Or should I say holds on to the wheels. These titanium bits definitely help out in your hobby. And you can find these on my Amazon Marketplace page. There's a link in the comments, in the description. And check it out because I tell you what, these things come with about 7 or 8 in a little box. And it's about $18. But they're priceless, guys, when it comes to grinding out the metal like this and getting into tight spaces. Only takes a few seconds to get rid of the old stuff. Let's go ahead and move on. Here's the case of the bits I was telling you about. And again, these are titanium bits. And they last a pretty long time. I mean, I've had a set for over 2 years, and they're still going strong because you don't even get to use all of them, but you have the options if you need to. I've got a couple sets just in case one wears out. But, yeah, check it out in the description to get a hold of these on my Amazon Marketplace page. They're worth every penny. Here's the old wheels, these black walls, and I thought about replacing them with some red lines and like that, but I'm going to go ahead and replace them with these beautiful Samed wheels. These wheels look fantastic. Now when I go to put them in the body itself, or the base, they fit absolutely perfect. Now you may have to take your file and drill the channel out just a little bit wider. But other than that, all you got to do when you're ready is super glue these in place and they will fit just perfect. And they're going to look fantastic also. Check that out. I'm definitely loving where this is going. Let's move on. All right, here's the body all cleaned up after we got it in the citrus strip. We're using Plum Crazy from the Redline shop. Now this is an opaque paint. You mix it up like you would Spectre Flame, and we're going to get a really nice shiny finish on there. And the opaque is going to cover up a lot of the dings and dents on this vehicle, so it's going to look absolutely great. Once I got it painted, this is how it turned out. Looking great. I used my software and I printed up my decals with my iColor 560. If you want to learn how to make decals like this, white toner decals, get a hold of me and I'll clue you in and where to go. Here's the the base. We got that polished up some. Now we're going to put the wheels in. And again, I got these wheels from Sam Ed Wheels. Check out Sam Ed Wheels at samedwheels.com for all your wheel needs for your customs. So we're going to put the rear wheels in. Now I've got this UV activated super glue that I found off of Facebook, believe it or not. Yeah, every so often you get these little ads on there, and I've had this stuff. Now the best part I found out about this stuff here is that it doesn't really give off any fumes. Sometimes you notice if you use these UV super glues or regular super glue, it'll give a white film. I've never had that problem with this, and it's really weird. I wish there was a direct site where you could buy this stuff, but it came up in an ad on Facebook. If I ever come across it again, I'll definitely pass it on to you because it's pretty good stuff. You just hit it with the UV light there for about 5 to 8 seconds. If you go a little bit longer, it cures a little bit harder, so I definitely would recommend that. No matter if you're using the JB Super Weld or you're using this or any other kind of UV activated super glue. That rolls excellent and it looks great. Anyways, if you come across it, this is the stuff that I found, and it works pretty good. I would definitely buy more. Let's go ahead and move on. All right, we're going to dip the windshield in the gauzy. Now later on, I found out that I guess the gauzy is old or something like that. It really didn't take very well. But I did find out that if you clear this with the Diecast Graveyard 2K Clear, it works absolutely perfect. We did everything we needed to do with this, and it just didn't harden the way I wanted to, and I don't know why. I guess it does have a shelf life. Let's move on. Now it's time to put the decals on. And like I said, I printed these up with my iColor 560. If you want to learn how to make beautiful decals for your hobby, contact me and I'll be happy to talk to you about it. All right, you put the paper in on top of the sponge in your water, and it usually only takes about 10 seconds. But once you get some templates for your vehicles, you'll be able to fit any kind of decals on there that you want to make. And I'll be having a video coming out in the very near future on how to design your decals for your car. Now the other cool thing is I'm also going to be releasing a template package, or several packages, for you to have these templates in order for you to design your own decals. This is one of my favorite things to do when I'm designing cars and painting them up and everything, is laying out the decal package that I want to do. And what you put on your cars is only up to your imagination. Now the best part about the iColor 560, folks, is that it automatically will print a layer of white toner underneath the decals, so you can put them on any color car and it will show up fantastic. Once I got this machine and started laying out my own decals, man, I'll tell you, it definitely changed my life. Now this machine was made to do t-shirt transfers, but I've adapted it to do my decals, and there's a lot of folks out there now that are making their own decals and actually doing a business of making their decals. I'll tell you what, that Redline Shop opaque paint is fantastic also. Get it approximately in the right position you want, and then slide it off. I try and make the decals to where I can fit them on in one swoop like you see here, but some people do like to put them on one piece at a time. Now sometimes if you fold the decal underneath, you take your time, you can save it. But I always have an extra set of decals set off to the side in case I have to do one all over again. This one here we could salvage, so that turned out pretty good. Get your Q-tip, wet it down a little bit, and slowly work out the wrinkles and the lines. And it'll dry real nice. Let's go ahead and move on. This is looking fantastic. Once we get it clear coated with Diecast Graveyard 2K Clear, here's the body. Man, that turned out absolutely beautiful, and it looks like glass. Here's the base with those fantastic Samed wheels, all polished up, looking good. Now again, the windshield didn't turn out that great, and I had to go back in and fix it up a little bit later. But we did make it look good. Now let's take everything, put everything together, and give my creation life.
Lies! Lies! Do you hear me? Give my creation life!
And this is what we started with. This old Hot Wheels van. And it's pretty beat up, but you know what? We can definitely do something to save it. We took it apart, we got it all drilled out. We got the old paint off with my citrus strip. We cleaned it up. We painted it with the Redline Shop Plum Crazy Purple, the opaque paint. We made our decals, designed them out, and printed them up with my iColor 560. Once we got the decals on there and it dried overnight, we clear coated it with the Diecast Graveyard 2K Clear, and you can find this at diecastgraveyard.com. It's a great product, and like I said, it'll make your cars and your artwork look absolutely like glass. This was a lot of fun for this month's theme. And this is how it turned out, folks. Please excuse the windshield. Like I said, I went back in later and fixed it up and made it look a lot better. But look how great that looks. Look how great that looks. Look at the finish on there. And again, that's the 2K Clear. But look at those beautiful decals, again, that I designed with my iColor 560. Guys, if you want to take your customs to the next level, this is definitely the way to go. I recommend it highly, and I can be around to help guide you with your setup and everything if you decide to get one of these machines. So please get a hold of me in the emails or in the messages, and I'll answer you back and answer all your questions. But like I said, this machine has changed my life. Now, on to my peers. Check out the other builds by Andrew at Maple Leaf Customs, Tom at Spork Syndicate, and Skip at Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop. And I also want to thank this month's guest horseman, Jim Silva. Please check out Jim's page for the build that he did. He did a fantastic job, and look forward to having him in future builds. Next month's guest horseman is John Dodds at Cool Cat Custom Diecast, and the theme is St. Patrick's Day. We encourage you to participate so we can show off your build. Now here's the Four Horsemen calendar. Please check it out at Four Horsemen Diecast on YouTube, and if you have any questions, contact any of the horsemen to help you out with your build. This is so much fun. I truly enjoy it. Please send your glamour shot to fourhorsemendiecast@gmail.com. It's due the last day of the month. Please don't send it any sooner, because I get hundreds of emails, and I want your shot in your glamour shot to be available for everybody to see what you have done. And make sure you put the hashtag #4HorsemenDiecast on your build so people can find your video if you post one of those. Thank you for joining me today on Diecast Graveyard. We've got a lot more videos coming up in the future, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And thank you again for joining me here today. If there's something you'd like to see, put it in the comments. Thank you, and cheers.